Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Today is the start of the Two Towers reading vlog, which is really exciting. Eddie is currently licking my toes right now, so that's why I keep looking down like that. I'm out on the balcony. It's supposed to kind of be rainy today, so it's nice and cool. So I'm taking advantage of that because usually at this time of the morning it is mega hot because the sun is just beating down on this side of the house. So I'm taking advantage, and I'm sitting out here this morning. It's currently 9:43 in the morning. I've had a pretty productive morning. I got a shower in. I put a bunch of laundry away. I cleaned up the kitchen and started the dishwasher. And then I just got caught up on my Bible reading. So it's been a great morning so far. And now, while it's just a beautiful morning, I'm going to try to get a pretty decent chunk of Two Towers read. I didn't read yesterday. I haven't read for a little while. I did start it the day that I finished Fellowship. And I did that because it kind of continued right into it. Whereas like in the movies, I talked about this in my last vlog, the end of Fellowship in the movie is Boromir's death and then everyone going their separate ways. Whereas like the books, it kind of just continues into the first part of Two Towers, and Boromir dies at the beginning of Two Towers. So it's kind of been weird. I am just going to say that this isn't going to be spoiler free. These have been out. I mean, these books are from the 1950s. They're very, very popular movies. Hey, were nominated 13 times for Oscars. I'm pretty sure it's 13. So I'm just going to talk my way through them. I know the stories very well, so it's just the matter of reading them. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got some coffee. I've got my little pup here, and we're going to enjoy the morning. So I will check in with you guys maybe later today, see how far I've gotten. Hello! So I've read 2 chapters today, and basically oh my gosh. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, I'm on chapter 5, and I'm trying to think. We just left off, Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli they just had met up with the Riders of Rohan, and were just looking for Merry and Pippin, and then we switched to Merry and Pippin, and we see them with the Uruk-hai, and then we see them with the Ents. So that's where I ended up. And so now I'm pretty sure I'm back to Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn, and they are about to go meet Gandalf the White. So I'm actually really excited to read about that. The Ents were really interesting to like read about because we only get like Treebeard really, and there was like a cute little like young Ent that Merry and Pippin hung out with for a little bit that I thought was really sweet. Haven't read anything about Sam and Frodo yet, so I'm not 100% sure what they're doing yet. I mean, I know, but haven't gotten there in the book yet. But I wanted to show you guys, I baked, again, apparently every reading vlog I bake something in this time. Well, I baked 2 things today, but one of them was actually Lord of the Rings. I made zucchini bread, chocolate chip zucchini bread, because our neighbor brought some zucchini. But I also made a bunch of Olympus bread. Yeah, they are super good, and like kind of soft, kind of chewier, just Olympus bread, you know? And they're so good. They're so chewy. I'll dip mine in a little butter here. I don't know what it is about this Olympus bread. It's so good. I got the recipe off of TikTok. There is this guy. If you guys like Lord of the Rings stuff, there's this guy. His username is @CWLBuilds. Okay. He has so many amazing recipes that are Lord of the Rings themed. I also have a honey cakes recipe that I love. That was one of his. I don't know if he comes up with them on his own, but they are so good. So that's where I got this recipe. The honey cakes, oh my gosh, those are so good. Because they're just a little honey cake, and then you put like powdered sugar on it. Oh my gosh, they're so good. That's probably what I'll make during Return of the King. But yeah, it's been a baking day. I got 2 chapters done. The Ent chapter was really long, so we'll see I'm like 30% of the way done. Not too bad. We'll maybe try to get to 40% of the way done today. Don't know how that's gonna happen. Okay, well there's like a lot of noises happening behind me and around our house. So I'm gonna go and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow to see how far I got today. Hello, happy Thursday. I have been home for a little bit from work and now I'm sitting down to read. I've got a cup of tea and I'm sitting outside again because, well, it's been cloudy and kind of like cooler with a breeze. And so I wanted to sit out here, but now the sun's kind of coming out, which is annoying. However, I'm only on chapter 6. So I read 2 chapters yesterday and then I read a chapter this morning before I went to work. And so they have met up with Gandalf, and now Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn and Gandalf are all heading to Rohan. So they're going to meet with Theoden, and that's about it. We still haven't read anything about Frodo and Sam yet, which is like, if I didn't know what was going on in the movies and like what happens, I'd be like, what's going on? Like, we haven't gotten any Sam and Frodo. So it's kind of interesting that they're not in this yet. So I'm going to have some tea and enjoy the cool breeze that we've got today. So if anything cool happens, I will I'll pop in and say hi. Okay, I'm just popping on here to say that Gandalf the White, like once he just is so like mic droppy. I love it. So they're meeting with Theoden and Wormtongue, who I keep wanting to call Wormtail. Wormtongue is there, and Gandalf basically just clapped back and then like stood up in his whiteness and like without a staff and just was like called Wormtongue out for who he was and calling him a witless worm. And I don't know, it was such a great clap back and it was like total mic drop moment. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this part was almost better in the book than in the movie. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen the Two Towers this far, but go Gandalf. And then he just killed Wormtongue. I think Wormtongue's dead. He sprawled on his face. I just thought that was... Gandalf the White is literally so cool. So, that's all I had to say. I'm still on the same chapter. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Hi guys. So I think it's been a few days since I've checked in because I filmed something and then I lost that footage, I think. So anyway, the last time I checked in I think was Thursday. It is now Wednesday the following week. Baby, it's okay. Lay down. Eddie got a groom on Monday and now I think he has an ear infection. So we're gonna take him to the vet tonight, but he's gonna be laying down all day long. So I'm gonna kind of take advantage of that and try to read as much as I can. My goal today is to finish the second book. The last time I checked in, we were with King Theoden, and I was dumb about Wormtongue. He didn't die. Duh, I knew that. He goes back to Saruman. Anyway, yeah, I'm way past that now. I am on the second half of the book, so we are now with Sam and Frodo. So I was right about that. They went through the Dead Marshes, and now I think they are about to run into Faramir. If I'm right, they went to the Black Gate. They can't get through. Isengard was flooded. Sorry, it's pouring outside, so that's why I looked outside. Isengard was flooded, and that's where the other people are. But so now I'm gonna take advantage and read. Hang on, I gotta turn the fireplace off if he's gonna lay back there. So now I'm gonna try to finish the book today. I'm on chapter 4 of like book 4, and so I think I can finish it today. I'm like 70-something% of the way done. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. I have nothing to do today except for give Eddie all the snuggles, and I'm gonna try to read the heck out of this book. So far it's just a lot of like traveling. There's not a whole lot of action at the moment besides like fighting orcs and stuff, so just kind of like lagging, but it's moving pretty quick. I think these chapters with Frodo and Sam have gone by a lot faster. I don't know if it's because there's more dialogue because of Schmeagol, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna read, enjoy my matcha, snuggle Eddie, and just enjoy this rainy, cozy, crazy day. So I will check in if anything happens, and I will also check in when I finish the book, because that's happening, I promise. Okay, toodles. Okay, guys. I switched back over to this just for the, I don't know, because it's like the middle of the book and I can hold it easy. I don't know. Anyway, last chapter of Two Towers. And then we will start book 5, which is Return of the King, and I'm very excited. And if that's confusing, it's just because each book is like in 2 parts. So it's like the first book, like Fellowship, is 1 and 2. Two Towers is books 3 and 4, and then Return of the King is 4 and 5. So when I say like book 4 and book 5, that's what I mean. I don't know if all editions are like that or if it's just my editions. I don't know. I'm assuming it's all editions, so if you've read it, you understand. Anywho, they're in Shelob's lair, and to me that was a little weird because I'm pretty sure it's in the 3rd book when Frodo gets stabbed by Shelob and then almost dies, and then the orcs from Mordor come and take him back. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to think if anything else has happened. Not really. I was definitely right that chapter, Faramir, showed up. So that was cool. I love Faramir so much. Oh my gosh. Also, I'm really, 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 really glad that the scene where Gollum kind of tricks Frodo into thinking that Sam had eaten the limbus bread with all the crumbs and stuff and like had wasted it. I'm glad that wasn't in the book, because I didn't like that weird friendship thing. And one thing that like was just so heartfelt was when Sam was like, "Imagine us in the great stories one day, Mr. Frodo," and like all that stuff. And I just I love it. Okay, 15 pages and I will finish this book. And I'm excited. This one was a little bit slower. And then the next book is like really short. It's only 277 pages in my edition. So I'm kind of excited about that, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna finish it, and then I'll come back and close it all up. Okay, so I have finished Two Towers, which is exciting. And it's very different than the movie. Like, there's a lot of scenes that are either like from the 3rd book or just thrown in there. Stuff was kind of changed up a little bit, like with Faramir, because I know the scene with Shelob is in the 3rd movie, and that was the ending of this book. And so it's just like a little off, a little different. Although I do enjoy that the movie like goes back and forth between like the different parties, because I feel like it would just be weird if we started off with like Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas, and then went to Merry and Pippin, and then went to like Sam and Frodo. Like, that would just seem really choppy. And so I like that it kind of weaved it all together in the movies. So, but they did change kind of quite a bit in this one, added some stuff or changed some stuff around, which I don't know. I haven't seen the 2nd movie in a long time, so I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't remember. So I'll have to watch it again to see my like thoughts on it, whether like they're not that big of a deal or what, just depending on what the 3rd book actually has, because I feel like some of it was just from the 3rd book, so it's just a little out of order. But if it doesn't really affect the overall like storyline, then I don't really care. But so far, I mean, like, it's probably fine. They do a pretty good job. So anyway, I gave this one another 4-star. I'm giving the series as a whole 5 stars just outright, but I'm giving the book itself 4 because especially this one, it was just a little bit slower. There wasn't a whole lot of action, especially in the second half of the book. I am very much looking forward to starting the 3rd book, so I think I'm pretty much going to end this vlog here. There's not really much to say. I don't think I have many thoughts on it. Gandalf in this book was chef's kiss. He was fantastic. He was just so mic dropping constantly, and it was fantastic. And Sam was a real MVP. He's great in this one. I'm so happy that they were like buddies the whole time and didn't like Frodo didn't like choose Gollum over Sam, because that's just like weird, you know. And now I'm like really looking forward to them dropping the ring, and I'm excited for when Aragorn brings out the like dead army. I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. So one thing that I want to do once I finish this is not necessarily, I do want to watch the movies, but I want to see if the Lego Lord of the Rings is available on the Switch, because I played that with my brother-in-law years ago and had so much fun, and I love the Lego games. I've played the Harry Potter ones twice on Xbox and on the Switch, and I really just want to play Lord of the Rings again, because that one's really good. And I like how with the Lego stuff, they follow the books more than they do the movies, and I love that. So I need to do that. And I think, I had one more thing to say, and that is the Arwen and Aragorn love story is not been a part of this books at all. So I think that's a total movieism, because it wasn't at all in the first one. And I know in the second movie, Elrond tells Arwen to go with the elves to go west, because Aragorn is mortal and will die eventually, and she is an elf who is immortal. So it's just interesting that isn't there. Like, she's not nearly as big of a character as the movies make her out to be. So I find that really interesting. Super interesting. Oh, one more thing. I'm so excited for in the next book, that Eowyn has her famous line, and it better be in the book, when she says, "I am no man." Oh my gosh. Okay. That better be in the book, because that is an epic woman power move. I love it. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off here. What is your favorite book of the trilogy? I'm curious to know. This one is probably my least favorite, I'm gonna say. I like them all for different reasons, and I like this one a lot because of Legolas and Gimli's friendship. Like, I'm so glad that they had the banter between like who had more kills. Like, I'm so happy that was in there. I don't know. Let me know what your favorite one is. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm hopefully gonna get the third book done before I leave on vacation, which is 2 weeks from yesterday. So I've got a week and a half to read this book, and I have friends coming and staying with me all next week. So we'll see how that works. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.